Farmer Mark Lovejoy here at Garden Treasures Farm, Arlington, Washington. Here we are in my tomato greenhouse, late May 2019. Getting ready to tell you guys a little bit about these tomatoes and how to prune your tomatoes, because I know that's always a popular question we have at the farm stand this time of year. And I know a lot of people aren't successful with their tomatoes in Western Washington, where it's really hard to grow tomatoes, maybe because they don't prune enough and force the plants to fruit more. So the time you spend investing in pruning your tomatoes will definitely be made up with larger harvest and a lot more time for the tomatoes to ripen so you can see them before they get maybe spoiled or cracked while they're on the plant. So here we are in a tomato greenhouse, and some things you want to consider when you're growing a tomato is some sort of support for your indeterminate tomato, which most tomatoes that we sell are. And here in the greenhouse we're using a string that's attached from a higher point up on top here. So you could do that and have a little string here, and then you're going to get the tomato to basically be like a vine and climb up the string. And you're going to allow 1 to 2 main vines to climb up the string. If you're at the home garden, you can also create like a tomato cage, and you would just wrap the vine of the tomato kind of around the tomato cage as you work up the tomato cage. Or you could work up the tomato cage for a majority of your fruit and then put a stake next to that, and then you could go off your tomato cage and continue up the stake like a vine, and it could easily get to be 10 feet tall by the end of summer, and you can have multiple sets of fruit that come off. So let's look at the bottom here on these tomato plants, and I have attached the string to a low point on the tomato plant. So I've taken the tension off of the stem of the tomato and put it on the string in this case, and we've also wrapped the tomato around the branches like this. Now it's real important to know when you're working with a tomato like this is that it's going to produce a lot of suckers, and suckers are going to come out of the leaf node. So the leaf node is what I call this part right here, where the leaf joins the stem, and we've pruned that sucker out, and you can see that it's healed right there. But in this case, this sucker is surviving, so we're going to prune that guy out and it will self-heal. And then you can see this is a tomato cluster of fruit, so that's your fruit. You're not going to prune those off, but this one coming out of the leaf is a sucker, and so we're also going to prune that one out, and we're going to go up a little bit farther, and we see we have another. Every single leaf has a sucker that we're going to remove here. And then this is where it might get scary for you guys, because we have 2 big suckers, but this one just got away from us, so we're going to take that one out too. And we got another big fruit cluster coming on, so we're going to be real delicate with that one. And we have 2 more small suckers showing here at the leaf node. We're going to get those out too, and we're just going to leave the tip growing for now, so we can see it develop and make sure nothing happens. If you ever break out your tip, you can always replace it with one of these side suckers as well. And then since we've got the tomato up and we've pruned it again, we're just going to wrap it one more turn and get it to climb that tomato. Now look at the bottom here. We also have a secondary sucker. This is our secondary shoot. This is why we have so many good tomatoes, is we grow 2 shoots, the main vine and the secondary vine here. So the secondary vine we're going to prune out here just to kind of clean it up, because it is getting kind of tight and they like good airflow. So that's our secondary vine. And we also have some more suckers trying to push up from the bottom. Like tomatoes just really want to grow. And then so we don't need any of these leaves down lower either, because it's really low. And we can see our secondary vine is coming right here off the same powerful rootstock we have growing down below. And if you look on the side here, everybody should be able to identify this leaf and then identify the sucker. So we're going to pull the sucker out, and we got another sucker coming right here, because this is our lead vine right here, and this is our sucker, and we're going to prune that out. And then I have an available string here, and we're going to use another one of our clips to wrap that tomato around the bottom, just like so. And then down here, I just tie it in a little knot. Not too tight, but tight enough to kind of get the tension of the tomato started. Like that. And it's growing on the secondary string. And this will grow up in the next 4 to 5 weeks and grow all the way up to here to fill in our second set of tomatoes. So we'll have 1 main vine and the secondary vine for every plant that's in here. We plant our tomatoes 22 inches apart, and we trellis them. And another good helpful tip is, after you have fruit set on your flower cluster down here, you can remove all the leaves below that point. And we don't have fruit set, so we're going to leave the plants vigorously growing here and getting ready for a spectacular July, August, and September tomato harvest. So once again, Mark Lovejoy, Garden Treasures Farm, welcome to our new blog. And this video blog will be available for future reference if you ever want to learn how to prune and trellis tomatoes. Thanks for watching.